an ethical and respectful political discourse plays a critical role in shaping the democratic process and in influencing our young voters in particular. It is imperative that political parties engage in discussions that inspire rather than divide, that promote ideas instead of personal attacks. Political parties, our biggest stakeholders, must become our best partners in ensuring an ethical journey. And for the first time voters, I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to them to exercise their franchise with full enthusiasm. It is our endeavor and duty to zoom along with zoomers, connect with the young generations to mitigate youth and urban apathy that we are witnessing of late. I fervently believe that this year, 2024, the youth will make a resounding and emphatic statement by coming out to vote in large numbers and also motivating their peers to do the same. Technology has been leveraged for transparency and process efficiency in all aspects of elections. While technology has made possible many enabling features to enrich the electoral processes and make them easier, it has also posed various challenges to the democratic exercise world over. Misinformation, deepfake, and use of artificial intelligence are being increasingly used to undercut the faith and trust of the people in the electoral process. We, however, stand very firm in our resolve to maintain a level playing field and foster an informed electorate. Any attempts to compromise this fundamental tenet through false narratives will be met with swift, strong and robust measures to uphold the integrity of our elections. We are confident and committed to give India's approximately 96 crore electors and all stakeholders, including political parties, the best possible electoral experience, truly befitting the largest democracy of the world. Today, on National Voter Day, in the spirit of inclusivity, I end my address with an appeal to each and every one of you, particularly the youth voters, to take part in the ensuing festival of democracy with full vigor and enthusiasm. Jai Hind.
That was our Chief Election Commissioner's address. I now call upon our State Election Commissioner, Dr. Kalyana Sundaram, to give his felicitations.
Most respected Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, respected Chief Secretary to Government of Tamil Nadu, respected Chief Electoral Officer of Tamil Nadu, Commissioner Greater Chennai Corporation, Collector of Chennai, other department officials, voters, members from print and electronic media, teachers and students, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Good evening to one and all. On this very important occasion, I am extremely delighted to be with you and share my views. We can proudly say that India is the world's largest democracy and the strength of it lies in its commitment to pluralism and guaranteeing social justice, economic justice and political justice for all citizens, which are enshrined in the Constitution of India. It is a well-known fact that a democratic government is based on the doctrine of popular sovereignty, which means the supreme power rests with the people of India and all power emanates from the people of India. It is more appropriate to share this August forum. The elections are the hallmark of well-functioning democracy. Elections are the foundation on which the entire democracy, edifice of democracy is built or revolves. Election is an integral part of democratic government. It is more relevant to point out here that the role and contribution of Tamil Nadu towards the growth and development of democratic history of India is quite significant and noteworthy, and TN will be remembered forever in the democratic history of India. Two historical events stand testimony to this fact. One is the Uttaramayur inscription, Kanjipuram district, belonged to 10th century under the rule of Chola King Parandaka I. It is the system of Kudavolai Murai to elect members through democratic process by voting, and the details and method of rural self-governance. This inscription is an outstanding document in the history of India. It is a veritable written constitution of the village assembly. Today you call it Grama Sabha, that functioned 1000 years ago. The inscription gives an astonishing details about the constitution of wards, the qualification candidates contesting or standing for elections, the disqualification norms, the mode of elections, the constitution of committees with the elected members, the functions of those committees, the power to remove the wrongdoer, etc. Secondly, the Madras was the first legislative assembly in British India to pass the women's suffrage resolutions, and women were given the right to vote in the year 1921. In a democracy, the highest office is the office of the citizen, says Felix Frankfurter. In a democracy, the expression of the will of the people through vote is a tool to meet their ends. Voting is a pillar of democracy. Election awareness campaigns are aimed at making people aware of this importance of their participation in the electoral process, either as voter or contestant. Election Commission of India, which is our mother of all state election commissions, has brought several reforms to conduct fair and free elections. One among the reforms was lowering of voting age. The 61st Constitutional Amendment of 1988, reducing the voting age from 21 years to 18 years for the Lok Sabha as well as the Assembly elections. This was done in order to provide to the underrepresented youth of the country an opportunity to express their feelings and help them become part of political process. Our respected former Chief Election Commissioner TN Session has quoted in his book A Heart Full of Burden, the only way in which you can establish democracy by the will of the people is by the conduct of free and fair elections. The benefits of elections include: 1. That it signifies the power of the citizens to rule by themselves. Every citizen's voice will be heard, erasing the social barriers which fetters the right of the marginalized and weaker sections of the society. To ensure transparency and accountability of the government, people will choose a party whose policies will guide the making of the government and the law. Elections encourage citizens to engage in their country's affairs and wherein politically active and alert. Compel political parties, workers to act for the people's welfare. Elections guarantee that no government is elected for an independent tenure. This ensures that tyrannical ruling is prevented. It is in this context that people's participation in the elections assumes much importance. There are 4 types of participation in the development process in a democratic country like India. The elected representative of the voters participate on behalf of them. Participation in decision making, participation in implementation, participation in evaluation, participation in sharing benefits. Therefore, voters' active participation can contribute to good governance in many ways. Participation helps to promote healthy and grassroots democracy. In Paul Vibham's case, Union of India versus Association for Democratic Reforms in the year 2002, Honorable Supreme Court held that a voter has got a right to know about the antecedents, including the criminal past of his candidate, as part of his right under Article 19A, freedom of speech and expression. Democracy cannot survive without free and fair elections, as well as without free and fairly informed voters. Consequent to this, we have issued an order directing every candidate seeking election to furnish on his nomination papers relating to their involvement in criminal cases, pending FIRs, convictions, sentences, if any, and also assets and liability statement of the candidate and their families, educational qualification, etc. In our office, 5 lakh nominations are received during the elections. Number of hits so far visiting the website to know about the information of candidates of their criminal past in the affidavit, close to 4.81 crores. Imagine how big this, because of the Election Commission's intervention and Supreme Court's intervention, that people are able to know about the candidate, to know about the candidates who are contesting in the elections. As far as local bodies are concerned, the constitutional status was accorded through 73rd and 74th Amendment to strengthen the grassroots level democracy. Articles 243 to 243 ZZ provides for the constitution of Gram Sabha, constitution of panchayats, municipalities, corporations, and their composition of members, reservation, duration of the panchayat and the municipalities, disqualification of membership, imposing taxes, constitution of finance commission, audit of accounts, constitution of state election commission, powers, authority and responsibilities of local bodies and election petition, etc. Though Election Commission of India and state election commissions are mandated with the same constitutional powers and responsibility of superintendence, control, direction on electoral matters, தேர்தலை கண்காணித்தல், கட்டுப்படுத்துதல், இயக்குதல், and preparation of electoral வாக்காளர் பட்டியல் தயாரித்தல். These are four functions which has been mandated by the Constitution to ECA and state election commissions. The election commissions entrusted with the responsibility of conducting direct and indirect elections nearly for 1,51,000 positions in local bodies. The scale of operation for elections to local bodies in Tamil Nadu are events involving political mobilization and organizational complexity on an amazing scale. Size of the electorate account for 6.15 crores. Polling stations used set up for 1 lakh polling stations. Total manpower employed is around 6.5 lakhs. So each voter is to cast 4 votes for different positions in rural local bodies and 1 or 2 votes depending on the direct or indirect elections in urban local bodies, which is more time consuming, labor intensive, challenging. Our electoral process in local body elections are micro level. Even single vote will determine the victory of candidate, and hence the elections are more sensitive in nature at all. The Commission is also planning to expand the use of multi-post single choice electronic voting machine in a phased manner to all rural local body elections in the coming years. Dear students who are present here, there are few matters you have to know about it that I would like to share it with you. Who is an elector? As per the Act, it is given. Elector, why you are requested to enlist in the voters list? That is more important. Elector is a person whose name is found in the electoral roll of the constituency or a ward. That is what is the definition of elector. What is the electoral right? Electoral right has got 6 components. One is you can contest as a candidate or not to contest. You can withdraw from the candidature. திரும்ப வந்து நாமினேஷனை நீங்கள் வித்ரா பண்ணிக்கலாம், இல்லை வித்ரா பண்ணாமல் இருக்கலாம். We can withdraw or not to withdraw from the candidature, and you can vote or refrain from voting. That is why your voting right is only a statutory right. It is not a fundamental right which has been declared by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Krishnamurthy versus Union of India case. So there are so many things are involved. So even in Gram Sabha, if you want to participate, your name should be found in the electoral roll. Please understand that is your duty to enlist in the voters list. This is which is more important. Finally, dear students who are present here, please remember you are the future hopes of India. It is your vote which can bring change. It is your vote which can guarantee justice for all. It is your vote which can uphold the rule of law. It is your vote which can make your dreams into crimes. It is your vote which can ensure inclusive growth in India. It is your vote which can transform India into a dynamic and mighty power in the world. Lastly, I would like to remind you of the few verses of the disciple of Bharadiyar, that is Bharadadasan. Pudiyador uladu seivom. Let us make a new world through your vote. Please vote. Don't refrain from voting. Please exercise your democratic right for the progress of our country. I thank Election Commission of India for the opportunity given to me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging words. And now I call upon our Chief Secretary to Government to felicitate.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு ஆளுநர் அவர்களே, most respected honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Dr. V. Palnikumar, State Election Commissioner Tamil Nadu, Thiru Satyavrata Sahu, Chief Electoral Officer and Principal Secretary to Government Tamil Nadu, Dr. J. Radhakrishnan, District Election Officer and Commissioner Greater Chennai Corporation, Thiru Kirlos, Secretary to Honorable Governor, District Collector Chennai, Additional Commissioner of GCC Tirumati Lalita, District Collectors who have come over from various districts for receiving awards from the Honorable Governor, officials from various districts from across the states, சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, இங்கே ரொம்ப இன்ஃபார்மேட்டிவ் கல்ச்சரல் ப்ரோக்ராம் ஏற்பாடு பண்ண பள்ளிக்கூடம் மற்றும் கல்லூரி மாணவர்களே, ஊடகத்துறை சார்ந்த நண்பர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவரையும் என்னுடைய முதல் கண் வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இன்றைக்கு இது ஒரு முக்கியமான தினம். The National Voters Day. 1980 எலெக்ஷன் கமிஷன் ஆஃப் இந்தியா ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது அந்த நாள் இதுவரை எலெக்ஷன் ப்ராசஸ்ல எவ்வளோ டிரான்ஸ்பரன்சி வந்திருக்கு, எவ்வளோ எஃபிஷியண்டா நம்ம எலெக்ஷன் கண்டக்ட் பண்றோம் உங்களுக்கு அனைவரையும் நன்றாக தெரியும். இது இன்றைய தினம் 2011 இந்த நாள் நேஷனல் voter's day, தேசிய வாக்காளர் தினம் நம்ம நாட்டில் நம்ம கொண்டாடுறோம். இதுக்கு ஒரு முக்கியமான நோக்கம், நம்ம அனைவரும் நம்மளோட உரிமை, voting is our right. ஆனால் அந்த உரிமையோட மட்டும் இல்லாம நம்ம அந்த கடுமையா ட்ரீட் பண்ணி கட்டாயமா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம வாக்காளர் பட்டியல்ல பேர் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று நம்ம ஜிசிசி பள்ளிக்கூடோட பசங்க எங்க அந்த கல்ச்சரல் ப்ரோக்ராம்ல நம்ம இன்றைக்கு இந்த விழால பேச வேண்டிய அத்தனை அந்த 5 நிமிடத்துல அவங்கள சொன்னாங்க. 18 வயது ஆன உடனே கட்டாயமா நம்ம பேர் வாக்காளர் அட்டை நம்ம வாங்க வேண்டும், வாக்காளர் பட்டியல்ல நம்ம பேர் இருக்கா இல்லையா அதை உறுதி செய்ய வேண்டும். அதுக்கு எதுவும் சொன்னாங்க, ஜனவரி 1, ஏப்ரல் 1, ஜூலை 1, அப்புறம் அக்டோபர் 1ஆம் தேதிக்கு அந்த அதாவது ஒவ்வொரு குவார்டர்ல once in 3 months we get that opportunity. ஸோ அதை கட்டாயமா நம்ம ஒன்ஸ் 18 வயசு க்ரோஸ் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா கட்டாயமா நம்ம பேர் வாக்காளர் பட்டியல்ல இருக்க வேண்டும், வாக்காளர் அட்டை வாங்க வேண்டும். ஆனால் வாக்காளர் அட்டை வாங்கினாலும் அந்த வாக்காளர் பட்டியல்ல பேர் இருந்தாலும் பத்தாது. எப்போ தேர்தல் இருக்கோ அப்போ நம்ம கட்டாயமா வாக்களிக்க வேண்டும். நமது மாநிலத்தில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கடந்த ஒரு 10-15 வருஷமாக 2004 இருந்து 2021 வரை ஒவ்வொரு தேர்தல்ல இருந்து அந்த ஓட்டிங் பர்சன்டேஜ் பார்க்கும்போது அதிகபட்சம் ஓட்டிங் பர்சன்டேஜ் 2011 78.29% தான். அதாவது 2011 78.29% வாக்காளர்கள் வாக்களிக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் இருந்தாலும் ஒரு 21.71% பேர் வாக்களிக்கல, ஓட் போடல. 2021 தேர்தலில் 73.51, 2019 பாராளுமன்ற தேர்தலில் 72.47%. அதாவது சராசரியாக 72-73% அது தேசிய அளவுல பார்க்கும்போது இது தேசிய சராசரியோட நன்றாக இருக்கு. ஆனால் இதுல பார்த்தா இதுல கூட ஒரு கிட்ட 28-29% பேர் ஓட் போடுறது இல்லை. அப்புறம் இதை மாநில அளவுக்கு பார்க்கும்போது சராசரி சில பகுதியில 80% இருக்கலாம். சில பகுதியில குறிப்பாக சென்னை மாநகர போன்ற நகர பகுதியில ஓட்டிங் பர்சன்டேஜ் எப்பவுமே ரொம்ப குறைவாக இருக்கு. சென்னை போர்ட்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 52-53%. That means 47-48% people they are not coming to the polling stations, vote போடுறது இல்லை. அதனால் நம்ம அனைவரும் இன்றைக்கு இந்த உறுதிமொழி எடுக்க வேண்டும். நம்ம பேர் கட்டாயமா வாக்காளர் பட்டியலில் இருக்க வேண்டும். 18 வயசு ஆயிடுச்சு, நமக்கு தகுதி வாக்காளர் பட்டியலில் பேர் இருக்க வேண்டிய தகுதி வந்துச்சுன்னா கட்டாயமா வாக்காளர் பட்டியலில் பேர் சேர்த்துக்கு முயற்சி எடுக்கணும். 1950 அந்த ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் நம்பர் சொன்னாங்க, அது மூலமாக அல்லது நம்ம அந்த பூத் லெவல்ல அந்த பிரச்சாரம் பண்ணும்போது கட்டாயமா நம்ம அந்த we must use that opportunity and ensure that our name is included, especially for the youngsters. We must ensure that our name is included in the electoral roll. சில சமயத்தில் நம்ம ஒரு ஜோக்காக ஒரு இடத்துல அந்த இன்னொன்று இடத்துக்கு போறோம், நம்ம ஓட் ஊர்ல இருக்கும், ஆனால் நம்ம வேற ஏதோ ஒரு நகரத்துல வேலை செய்யறோம், அங்கே குடும்பத்தோடு வந்துட்டோம். அப்படி இருக்கும் போது கூட கட்டாயமா நம்ம பேர் அங்கே இருந்த புது இடத்துக்கு கட்டாயமா மாற்றணும். ஸோ அதுக்கு முயற்சி எடுக்கணும். அப்புறம் ரெண்டாவது, எப்போ தேர்தல் வரதோ கட்டாயமா நம்ம ஓட் போடணும். ஏன்னா எலெக்ஷன், the free and fair election is the most important hallmark of the democracy. ஆனால் இந்த free and fair election மட்டும் இல்லை, கட்டாயமா நம்ம அந்த election should be participatory election. ஏன்னா இப்போ நம்ம உள்ள தேர்தலில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 70-73% தான் ஓட் போடுறாங்க, மீதி பேர் போடல. ஸோ 100% voting percentage இருக்கணும். ஸோ அதனால் நம்ம இந்த வாய்ப்பு இருக்கும்போது we must utilize this opportunity. இன்றைக்கு நம்ம தேசிய தினமுடைய தீம் நத்திங் லைக் voting, I vote for sure. ஸோ தயவு செஞ்சு நீங்கள் அனைவரையும், நீங்கள் மட்டும் இல்லை, நம்ம அனைத்து குடும்பத்தில் உள்ள அத்தனை எலெக்டர்ஸ் வாக்காளர்கள் யார் யாருக்கு ஓட் போடுற தகுதி இருக்கோ நம்ம வாக்காளர் பட்டியலில் பேர் சேர்க்க வேண்டும், வாக்களிக்க வேண்டும். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் மற்றவருக்கு இதுவும் சொல்லணும். உதாரணமாக நிறைய நீங்க ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல அந்த காலேஜஸ்ல இந்த வந்துட்டீங்க. ஸோ நம்ம ஸ்கூல் காலேஜஸ்ல அந்த விழிப்புணர்வு கிரியேட் பண்ணணும். இந்த அருமையான நிகழ்ச்சி நம்ம சீஃப் எலெக்டரல் ஆஃபீஸர் சார்பாக ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னா சீஃப் எலெக்டரல் ஆஃபீஸருக்கு என் சார்பாக, தமிழ்நாடு அரசு சார்பாக நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நீங்கள் அனைவரையும் அட்லீஸ்ட் இந்த ஹாலில் உள்ள அனைவரும் கட்டாயமா எப்போ தேர்தல் வரதோ அப்போ வாக்களிக்க வேண்டும். உங்க அனைவருடைய பேர் வாக்காளர் பட்டியலில் இருக்க வேண்டும். இது நம்ம பார்ட்டிசிபேஷன் பண்ணலன்னா டெமோக்ரஸியோட அர்த்தம் இல்லை. நிறைய பகுதியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த ஓட் பாய்காட் பண்றாங்க, அது பண்றாங்க. தட் இஸ் நாட் த வே. வி மஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிசிபேட். ஸ்டேட் சீஃப் எலெக்ஷன் கமிஷனர் சொன்னாரு, சில சமயத்தில் நான் இதை ஒருத்தர் ஓட் போடலன்னா அதனால என்ன, அது இட் இஸ் நாட் கோயிங் டு மேக் டிஃபரன்ஸ். நீங்க ஏதோ எலெக்ஷன் எடுத்து பாருங்க. உதாரணமாக சமயத்தில் ஒரு 4 மாநிலங்களில் ஸ்டேட் எலெக்ஷன் நடந்தது. அதுல நம்ம இன்டர்நெட்ல சர்ச் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பல இடங்கள்ல, பல தொகுதிகள்ல ஒரு 3 டிஜிட் வித்தியாசத்துல, 2 டிஜிட் வித்தியாசத்துல அல்லது 1000 ஓட்டுக்கு கீழே நிறைய இதுல வித்தியாசம் அது வருது. ஸோ இந்த எவ்ரி சிங்கிள் ஓட் மேட்டர்ஸ் அது சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா. அது ஒவ்வொரு அந்த மழை பெய்யும் போது ஒவ்வொரு சுற்று தண்ணீர் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். அதாவது எவ்ரி ட்ராப் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அதே மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு வாக்காளரும் முக்கியமான இருக்கு. கட்டாயமா நம்ம இந்த உரிமையை நம்ம கடமை கட்டாயமா செய்ய வேண்டும். உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் இந்த நேரத்தில் இது என்னோட அன்பு வேண்டுகோள். தந்த வாய்ப்புக்கு சீஃப் எலக்டரல் ஆபீசர் அவர்களுக்கும் மாண்புமிகு ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு நன்றியை கூறி என்னோட இதை முடிவிக்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Even as our Chief Secretary said, we will now stand up and take the National Voters Day pledge. Our Honorable Governor will administer. We will also join and pledge to cast our vote.
We, the citizens of India, having abiding faith in democracy, hereby pledge to uphold the democratic traditions of our country and the dignity of free, fair and peaceful elections, and to vote in every election fearlessly and without being influenced by considerations of religion, race, caste, community, language, or any other inducement.
Thank you, sir. Kindly be seated. To create awareness among people and to encourage young people to actively participate in electoral practices, we have the NVD song video prepared, and I request our Honorable Governor to release the NVD video. Next, the Election Commission has been taking various initiatives through the systematic voters education for electoral participation program this week. The comic book Chaudhry Mama comic is one such new interesting initiative. Thank you, sir. Now we move on to the important part, the distribution of Best Electoral Practices Awards to DEOs and to prizes to the winners of various competitions held. The Best Electoral Practices Awards, the collectors of first prize goes to the District Collector of Thoothukudi District for special drive for enrollment of voters. The second goes to the collector, the DEO and District Collector of Erode District. The third place goes to the DEO and District Collector of Peramballur District, Tirumadi K. Kattagam IAS, for special work for enrollment of voters in the age of 18 to 19 years. Madam is PO and District Collector of Peramballur District, Srimati K. Karpagam. Next is Dr. A. Arun Tamburaj sir, the DEO and District Collector of Kadlur District, Special Award for Overall Performance in Electoral Management. Next is the awards to EROs. Through J. Saravana Kannan, RDO Sri Peramballur, gets the award for Special Drive for Enrollment of Voters. He is the ERO for 29 Sri Peramballur. Next is Sir N. Viswanathan, Zonal Officer, Zone 4, Greater Chennai Corporation, Perambur. The next prize goes to Sir S. Gokul IAS, Sub Collector Peramballur. He is the ERO for 148 Kundam. Next, the 10 BLOs will be getting the awards. Thirubi Nagarajan, he is a BLO from Viluppuram District. Thirumadi S. Rajeshwari, BLO from Ramanathapuram District. Thiru Jeevaratnam from Vellore District. Thirumadi Sasikala from Ramanathapuram. Next is Thirumadi J. Nadia from Viluppuram. They have all taken special work for enrollment of voters in the age of 18 to 19 years. Next is Sir N.T. Sivakumar from Tirupani, Thiruvallur District. Thirumadi R. Pennarasi from Viluppuram, Vikramandi AC Viluppuram. Thirumadi P. Vijayalakshmi from Viluppuram District, and next is Thirumadi Srividya from Vellore. Next are that is Ms. Srividya from Vellore District. Next, we have special awards for Tahsildars. Thirumadi K. Maheshwari, Special Tahsildar Elections from Salem. Overall performance regarding various electoral practices. Next is Thirupi Tangavai, Special Tahsildar Elections, Tirupur. We also have awards for 3 programmers. Through R. Venkatesan, Programmer Elections, Collector's Office, E-Road. Next is Thiru Saravanan, B. Saravanan, Programmer Elections, Collector's Office, Salem. Next is Thiru K. Santappan, Programmer Elections, Collector's Office, Kadlur. For a consistent effort in work coordinating to complete work as per ECI instructions. Now we go on to the school children prizes for the school children for the various competitions held. For the wall magazine competition, the school level, the first prize goes to S. Sai Krishna of Nilgiris. Next prize goes to Rahmat Fatima from Ramanathapuram. They get a cash prize and a certificate. Next is the Pradeep Sanjay from Tirupur. That is a wall magazine which they have done. You can see it on the screen. For the wall magazine competition at college level, the first prize goes to B. Harshavardhani from Salem. That is the artwork that she has done. Second place goes to A.S. Reshma Rose from Kanyakumari. Next is Prakriti Ghosh from Vellore. Next is the inline letter writing competition at school level. The first prize goes to Geeta Jeshini from Sivaganga. The children were given inline letters and asked to write to the collector. And the second prize goes to A. Rosalind Mary from Tanjavur, and the third place to B. Meenakshi from Salem. Next is the inland letter writing at college level. First place goes to B. Jayalakshmi from Salem. Second place to E. K. Ilakya from Tengasi. And third place to S. Vidya of Ranikhet. Next, this is S. Vidya from Ranikhet. Next, we have the song contest at school level. First place goes to C. Aishwarya from Mailadurai. Second place is shared by 3 people: B. Dharani, K. Akshaya, and Henen Sujima. All are from Vilupuram. Akshaya. And Hemant Sujima from Vilupuram. The third place goes to S.V. Pradeepa from E-Road. Next is the song contest among college level students. First place goes to K. Vaishnavi from Tirupur. Vaishnavi from Tirupur. K.V. Deepak from Krishnagiri. And the third place to T. Vinushriya from Ranipet. Next is a song contest which was held among special school at the special school level. The first place goes to N. Sabarinathan from Pudukkottai. He is a hearing impaired person. Give him a big round of applause, and also you can wave at him. The second place goes to R. Anusia from Madurai. She is a visually handicapped person. And the third place goes to D. Prashant from Thiruvannamalai. He's also that person. Give a big round of applause. Next is a quiz competition which was held in WCC, the Women's Christian College in Chennai. The first place goes to team of S. Sanjana and Krishtika. First place. Yes, sir. Second place, Amruta Lakshmi and Dharani Vinayak. Third place to Getsi Jabbar Shalom and E. Mercy Benita. Next, an inter-school offline quiz was held at PSG College, Coimbatore, and the three prizes go to. The first prize goes to a team of Advik Alwar and Shreya Zanani. The second place goes to Mukesh and Vikas. That's Mukesh and Vikas. The third place goes to Sai Srinidhi and Ashwath Banarji. An online quiz competition was also held for general public. There was a stiff competition. The first place goes to T. Praveen Kumar from Karur. The second place is shared by 3 people, but 2 were only present here. The 2 present here are W. Jayabalan and V.K. Vishnuvaran. The third place is Sukhe Arun Kumar. Finally, the inter-school quiz competition among school students. This was held among all of the districts, and today we had the finals. The first place goes to Surya Bhagavati and Vinayak Sriram from Tirupur district. The second place goes to Sahasra and Sagasra from Kanchipuram. Quickly go, ma. Both of them. The third place goes to Jagat Krishna and Rakul. Thank you, sir. Now we have the National Voters' Day address by our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu.
அனைவரையும் வணக்கம். Respected Chief Secretary, Chief Electoral Officer, Chief Election Commissioner, other dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries sitting in the hall, awardees, distinguished invitees, gracious ladies and gentlemen, my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you on the National Voters' Day. This day most significant because today, on this day, we celebrate those who are the bedrock of our democracy, the sheet anchor, the voters. We know our country is the largest democracy, but we are also the oldest democracy. We heard about in the Chief Election Commissioner talking about reference to Uttar Meru inscriptions on the Uttar Meru temple walls. Over 1,000 years ago, I'm sure many of you would have seen it, and those who have not yet, I suggest you go and see it, read it. It's not only here. We have also, in other parts of the country, inscription and references. We have a reference of 600 years before Christ, before the Common Era, of inscriptions about Republic, Likshmi Ganarajya. It is in the north. It lies in the north of Ganges. Different parts of the country we had a system of participatory governance, people electing those who would govern their affairs. India being the largest and the oldest democracy, and also the fact that today the world looks at India with a lot of expectations to show the solutions to the problem of the world. We all know it how in different, whether in poverty alleviation, whether it's in digital public infrastructure, whether it is in resolving, addressing the climate crisis, India is offering a model to the rest of the world. And so, our Indian democracy has to be a model for the rest of the world. And when we talk about India being the model of democracy, it all rests on our voters, our electors. We know our state, we have more than national average, I am told. We have 74% plus, around that, voter turnout, which is more than the national average. But that's no room for satisfaction for us. Tamil Nadu has been leading the country in many ways. So if the rest of if the national average is 68%, there is no reason we should be happy with just 74%. We know in terms of education, in terms of human development indices, we are way ahead most states in the country. And so we must demonstrate our leadership also when it comes to voting. Election Commission of India, we all know that it has established a very robust reputation in the world for conducting fair and free election. It has been evolving over the decades. It has improved and it continues its endeavor to make the election ever more participatory, ever more free and fair without inducement. And I thank the students, those who participated in various competitions about increasing awareness about election. I congratulate them for the interest that they have taken. School students, college students, they are worthy of applaud. Here, I think we have to keep thinking of new and new ways how to improve, how to enlarge our participation. And we can draw some lessons from what our country has experienced in some other areas. Take the case of cleanliness. We know that in our country, when the Prime Minister started the Swachhata Abhiyan, the cleanliness campaign, who played the most crucial role? The roles were played by our children, especially the school children, when they started telling their parents not to make the environment dirty, not to use the plastic bags, not to use things on the roadside or at a public place. And when the children say, I think the parents listen the most. I think we should involve those children in also creating awareness about participation among their parents. Maybe the chief electoral officer can think of some exercise. You are saying that vote for sure. I will vote for sure. Can we think of running a campaign in our schools that when the children say, I will make my parents vote for sure. So when they come back home, they see whether the mark is there or not. And I think the way the children involvement has yielded positive, remarkable result in cleanliness, I'm sure the parents would also be compelled, because they know those who do not go to vote, they also know that they are not doing the right thing. They are abdicating a very serious responsibility. And when they hear from the children are pointing out that you are not voting, you are not doing right things, I think we'll have a larger participation. Maybe we can think of many innovative ways. A voter's participation is not merely just for voting. Voter participation, of course, but elector, voter is also an elector, also in the election process. We should also encourage our electors to curb the malpractices. Curbing the malpractices, primarily it is the job of the enforcement. Under the Election Commission of India, the entire machinery gears up to see that no malpractices happen. But Election Commission of India and enforcement machineries alone cannot do it. It is something that has to be achieved through popular participation. So can we think of creating an awareness among electors and also devising ways by which electors in their areas, when they see something wrong, a malpractice taking place, they get up, they do something and prevent it. I think voting and making the election process more and more fair, devoid of malpractices, our electors have a major role. We are still in the process of evolution when it comes to election process. We claim we are happy and we are proud to have established our reputation. But I think there are many things to be done. We have to continue improving ourselves. And I am sure the Election Commission of India, along with the active support and participation of our electors, we will continue offering ever brighter model for governance, democratic governance to the world. Friends, thank you very much. I once again wish you the very best on the day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
To deliver the vote of thanks, I now call upon the DEO and Additional Chief Secretary Commissioner, Greater Chennai Corporation.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். A very good evening to everyone. தேசிய வாக்காளர் தினம் 2024 முன்னிட்டு சென்னை கலைவாணர் அரங்கத்தில் இன்று 25/1/2024 நடைபெறும் 14வது தேசிய வாக்காளர் தின விழாவின் தலைமை ஏற்று நடத்தி தேசிய வாக்காளர் தினம் குறித்து பாடல், வீடியோ மற்றும் எழுத்தறிவு கழகத்தின் எலக்ட்ரல் லிட்ரேசி கிளப் புத்தகத்தினை வெளியிட்டு சிறந்த தேர்தல் நடைமுறைகளுக்கான விருது மற்றும் தேசிய வாக்காளர் தின விழிப்புணர்வு குறித்து பல்வேறு போட்டிகளில் வெற்றி பெற்றவர்களுக்கு பரிசுகளை வழங்கி தலைமை உரை ஆற்றிய தமிழ்நாடு ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு எனது மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். Today I convey my sincere thanks and gratitude to Honorable Governor Thiru R.N. Ravi for gracing this occasion as a chief guest on the occasion of National Voters Day, giving away the prizes to various categories, and I also thank him for his valuable Voters Day address. Thank you, sir. இந்த விழாவில் கலந்து கொண்டு வாழ்த்துரை வழங்கிய தமிழ்நாடு அரசின் தலைமை செயலர் அவர்களுக்கும் வரவேற்புரை ஆற்றிய தமிழ்நாடு தலைமை தேர்தல் அலுவலர் அலுவலர் முதன்மை செயலாளர் அவர்களுக்கும் தமிழ்நாடு மாநில தேர்தல் ஆணையர் அவர்களுக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். சென்னை மாவட்ட ஆட்சியர் மற்றும் பிற மாவட்டத்திலிருந்து வந்திருக்கும் மாவட்ட ஆட்சியர்கள், சென்னை மாநகராட்சி அடிஷனல் கமிஷனர் ரெவென்யூ அண்ட் ஃபைனான்ஸ், டெப்டி கமிஷனர் எஜுகேஷன் மற்றும் அடிஷனல் சீஃப் எலக்ட்ரல் ஆபீசர் மற்றும் சீஃப் எலக்ட்ரல் ஆபீசர்ஸோட அதிகாரிகளுக்கும் எனது நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். எல்லாத்தோட பெருசு, இந்த நாளில் இந்த விழாவில் கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கும் அனைத்து மாவட்டங்களிலும் வந்த அதிகாரிகள், பரிசு பெற்ற அனைவர்களும் மற்றும் ஊடக நண்பர்கள், காவல்துறை மற்றும் பிற துறை அலுவலர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் மீண்டும் மீண்டும் என்னோட ஒரு முறை எனது வணக்கத்தினையும் நன்றியினும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
We will now stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गागे तव जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Kindly be seated. Kindly be seated.
என்பதை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு விவிபேட் மிஷின் பார்த்து வாக்காளர்கள் இவிஎம் மிஷினில் ஓட்டு
வணங்கிடுவோம், தேசத்தின் வளர்ச்சியை விரல் மையால் எழுதிடுவோம்.
காரணமாக வாக்காளர் பட்டியலிருந்து பேரை நிற்கிறதுக்கு படியம் 7 பயன்படுத்தப்படும்.
என்றுமில்லை, தாழ்வுகள் என்றுமில்லை, சமுதாயத்தில் சாதி மதங்கள் பேதமில்லை, மதங்கள் பேதமில்லை, இல்லை வேற்றுமை எதிலும் பார்த்ததில்லை.
அனைத்து தவறாமல் சேர்க்க வேண்டும். ஜனநாயகத்துக்கு 100% வாக்குகின்றார்.